It is not comfortable to look at yourself and realize you have a shit ton of internalized misogyny. It's not. And mine kind of came out when I was writing the manuscript for my first book. And that was the catalyst for me coming out as lesbian. Didn't realize it at the time, but hey, here we are. That was the first time I'd ever looked at those parts of myself. And interestingly now, as I'm writing my second book, I'm realizing that that was actually the point at which my coming out started. I came out at the end of 2021, 2022 as lesibian after, misidentifying as bisexual for 30 years. But the process, I think it was that looking my own beliefs and my own thoughts dead in the eye for the first time when I was writing that first manuscript that really made me face all of that misogyny that I didn't even know existed. And it manifested in criticism, being critical of other women. And we're totally fucking conditioned to do this. I mean, we are programmed, taught, whatever you want to call it. It's all patriarchal bullshit to compete with each other, to be critical, to view each other as competition, to not collaborate. And I've said this before. I would talk about, women are just bitches. I don't want them around. And of course, also repressed sexuality there too. But, the other thing is I was also critical of myself. And, I was never thin enough, pretty enough. I never liked the number on the scale enough. And because again, I was full on subscribing to all this patriarchal bullshit about what women should look like, be like, feel like, all the things. And, to the point that, I was in my early 30s when I got my boobs done, because that's what women are supposed to look like, right? And I full on bought into all this and didn't even realize it. I think that's the I want to say most disgusting thing, but I'm also giving myself grace and being kind and forgiving to the person that I was then. But there's so much in our society that just grabs on, takes hold, and doesn't let go without a fucking fight. And for me, getting to that point where I could actually look myself in the eye and recognize and face and deal with some of these things that I'd lived with that I didn't even know were part of me, it's not comfortable. And the irony around boobs is I don't even wear a bra half the time anymore. I don't even fucking care. Boobs are great. Boobs are beautiful, but not because they're big, just because they're boobs. When you buy into all of this programming around you and it starts coming out in these ways of, not only, self-criticism, but criticism, of the women around you. And I know in part for me, it was, easy to hide who I was if I'm critical, right? That criticism of myself, which in turn transferred to the women around me, was keep that shit over there. I don't want to look too close, right? I don't want to look too close at me. I don't want to look too close at how I may feel about women. So let's just be critical instead. And we all come to our own awakening in our own time and space. And for me, it was a double awakening. It was, not just me realizing my own sexuality, but realizing that I had some shit I had to deal with. And I mean, God, if we're dealing with one, we might as well just deal with it all, right? It's a process. It's a lot to handle. And I think wherever you are in your process, if this is something that you're dealing with, just give yourself grace. Don't continue the cycle of criticism, self-criticism, whatever it is. That's the first thing that's got to go. And wherever you are, just be kind to yourself, be kind to your body, be kind to your vessel. Be kind to you. And as you do that, it's obviously easier to be kind to everybody else because you're experiencing that radical self-love that is truly the key to everything. And as you are going on your journey, as you are unplugging or discovering or whatever it is, or just continuing to be a beautiful human in whatever way, just remember to always give yourself grace and give grace to those around you because, we're all in this together. Love you. Bye.